house here. We just got this greenhouse enclosed for a couple guys that I do business with. Can open the sides up. I'll show you that in another video. The other side's open because it gets too hot in the summer. I'm gonna grade this all out. I got a laser transit coming, I'll show you. We're gonna put a patio in back here and probably put a porch roof out here, sliding door in there. But this whole area kind of slopes off back there. I just put the drainage in here. I'm gonna bring it up down there with some barn stone, kind of border it in, and then we're gonna backfill this with, well, fabric and then limestone, crushed limestone, put a fire pit out here, all that good stuff. But I'm gonna start grading this, get the sod stripped off, get it ready to go. What are you doing, Colt? So, yeah. All right, so I'm excavating for patio. I got to take a good bit of dirt down, but I've already started. It's getting a lot more level than it was, but I still have to go down a good ways. I'm gonna start back here at the house where we have a known reference line. The wife just got me a laser transit that I'll show you. It's pretty sweet to get me motivated to get going on this patio. And then we had a downspout right here that came down, went into the dirt. So I wanted to expose it before we encased it in concrete. And when I dug down here, the downspout went right into an open 3-inch pipe. No connection or anything, just terminated in an open mouth of a T. So then I'm like, that's no good. And I ran water down it. There was a lot of mud in it. I know it comes out down in the woods. So then I dug up the whole pipe along here because I wanted to make sure there wasn't a drain that went into a crawl space under there. It terminated over here and no cap or anything, was just open, full of mud. So I dug the whole pipe out, and there was a low spot here because it had grade up through there, but here somebody just threw material on it. So if you just throw material on it without supporting it underneath, you'll get a low spot, which happened. Water was just sitting in this pipe in this low spot. It froze and cracked, so the pipe was cracked right here. I cut it off. We're not using it anymore, and I put that drain cap on there. And then I filled it back in with dirt up to, because if you just put gravel, the water's gonna go down lower and it's gonna wait until the water level gets up to go down this pipe. So I just put that drain cap on there. I'm gonna put 3-inch limestone over this. So if water ever gets in here, it'll still drain out that pipe. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I gotta start getting this graded down. So our concrete, the top of our pad's gonna be right here, so I need 8 inches. So I have to excavate down to this line, and that's what I'm working on. All right, so how I excavate with this smaller machine, because it's not a huge machine, I'm taking down about 16 inches, almost 2 quarts of block over here, so probably about 9-10 inches over here. So what I do is I get the machine out to where I can reach. I start digging down over here with the bucket. The bucket can dig, you know, as deep as it'll go. The blade on the front, it'll push a good bit, but it's not gonna push stuff that's not broke up. So I dig down. I can grade pretty good with the bucket. I know that second course down is the line that I'm shooting for, because we need 8 inches, 4 inches of gravel, 4 inches of concrete. And then I dig it and I turn around and I put it behind me in a pile. So now I have this pile of loose, soft dirt behind me. Now what I'll do, before I get it too high that the machine won't push it, is I'll start taking the blade and pushing it out into, because our yard falls down a hill, so I'm just pushing it out into that fall. And I'll keep repeating that process, digging over here, putting it behind me, and pushing it out. And that blade's not going to push 16 inches, even if you take an inch at a time. It's much quicker. I've done this in probably about 30 minutes right here. Dig down, put it behind you and then drop your blade and push it out. It is the best way to move a large amount of dirt. I've probably moved, I don't know, a good 10 to 15 tons of dirt already. So like this pile right here is probably 6 tons of dirt in the back of my dump truck. So just keep digging. I'm down to the clay here now, and then once I get this all excavated out with the bucket, then I'll use my blade and get it nice and flat. You'll see. Moved a lot of dirt today. I'm using my M12 and my M18 Milwaukee tripod lights to light up the work area. Plus I got a light on the machine, but they light it up pretty good. Hey, happy Friday to you. I know it probably won't be Friday when this video gets posted, but I put a couple buckets over there already, but there's about 14 tons of 2B, 57, whatever you call it, limestone. And we're putting a base in for this patio, using the T4100 to put the gravel over there. I also had to add a little bit of dirt because we were going to go lower, and then we decided we were going to go higher. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get some limestone put in before the concrete guys get here. Finish framing up, and they already compacted a lot of the ground, and then they'll run the compactor over the limestone. Alright, so the first pour is done. He's waiting for some templates to come in to pour the main part of the patio, but we got this. It's kind of like it's gonna be like a little seat that you could sit on, or we could put flower pots on just to go up to the greenhouse here. This was just an old structure that had nothing on it and it was an eyesore, so we got it enclosed, and it's a functional greenhouse. You can open both sides, so in the summer, stuff that's grown in there, it doesn't get too hot. But this is pretty cool. It's got like a rock look to it and some stain added to it, but that's the first pour. So I got some wheel weights for the rear wheels to weigh it down for a lift and rock. I had 12 tons here and I've been moving it back to the patio, so I didn't leave the bucket like that. So had some hooks welded on here, hook on each side and a D-ring in the middle. I had a D-ring welded on my pallet forks, and I got a hook welded on my on the bucket of my mini excavator also. That cost me, because he came and did it in the field, cost me like $230, so I ended up buying a welder. I'll teach myself or watch some videos. Alright, so this was the first pour here on the patio. We got that area done. This is Reed Brothers Construction out of the Grove City Slippery Rock area. There's technically 3 pours so far, and there's going to be one more, but the one pour was just that little curb you can see right there. We're going to call it a curb, or a ledge. It's got that rock looking face like granite. That's pretty cool. It's dirty right now. We were there on it with muddy boots today. This was just poured today. We got this wood beam looking stamp on top, and then it's going to be a little bit darker, I think. And then, well, that one's still covered up till tomorrow. It's got an inlay in there, and if you can see it, I'll show you again when it's all done, but it looks like bark. So bark on the sides, cut beam on the top. It'll be a pretty cool look. This is going to be stamped with stone. Then we're going to have a nice fire pit here. Eventually build a wall around that corner back there. I got a lot of dirt to move, level out here. But yeah, this is technically pour number 3, but that's the second big pour. This was the first big pour. Tomorrow they're pouring this, and then we'll be close to done. Alright, so the patio is almost complete. We're still doing a couple. I gotta dig out a little bit back there. We're gonna run the gravel to the edge of the patio. Needs washed. There's some concrete dust and stuff, but it's sealed. This is supposed to look like a rough cut beam. It's got the wood grain on top and bark on the step. So, and then down here we have like a stone stamp with the gray finish, and then we have this gray fire pit that we're putting together now. It's going to be a 38-inch center. This isn't the ring that's staying, but it's 1 inch larger in diameter. What I'm doing is I put a ring of fire brick in there. You can see the concrete edge right here. There's a gravel bottom, limestone bottom. I put fire brick around the edge, and then I'm backfilling behind it with limestone, and then we're putting the blocks on. They're poured concrete, but you'll see they have like a stone base. She's got this all set up back here. We got some leaves, of course, starting to fall off the trees because we're coming into fall. But here's a look at that. Step down with the beam look, brushed up there, and stone down here. We have some benches we got to put on here. I'll show you some more once we get them put together. I got to backfill that dirt and grade it out in the yard. This step up over here. It's going to be a ledge for plants, or you can sit on it. It's got a rock face, and if you can see, there's a firefly stamp in there. You don't really notice it, so. And then the greenhouse, and we're gonna make this all look better. Work in progress. As I said, it's still a work in progress. We got to order a new fire ring that goes higher and a little bit wider. That's 37 inches. We need a 38-inch ring, and I need it to be higher so it covers up the inside of that block to the cap. These are the benches that our concrete guy made, Reed Brothers Construction, Western Pennsylvania. All poured concrete. The top is made to look like a wood board, and it's all concrete, and it's a kit, but acid stained the top concrete and then sealed it so you get that brown board appearance, and we kept the legs natural concrete. I think they look pretty sweet. Yeah, I still got to backfill everything with dirt and plant grass, but the fire pit was pretty easy to put together, and once we get that ring, I got a couple more add-ons and clean a few things up around here, but it's looking pretty good.
1, 2, 3